Is it able to see my screen? Okay, perfect. Okay, in the last class, I think we were discussing about how to deal with workflows. I think the majority cases have been covered there. Did you get any automatic time-based workflows in emails? Did you get? Okay, let's see the last class what we have been done with. We have just defined the workflows. We have set some rules. We also had some actions, and also we have time-dependent actions. Let me log in. For Amarnath, the latest opportunities, term cap insurance. So what are things we expected? Which opportunity that we copied? Hmm, is this one? Hmm, this is the one. So in the last class, I think when the close date is this, and then we try to give a description as opportunity closed one. Thanks for the customer. So this is a field update we did. Point number one, and then we fired an email, and then instantly we fired the activity. This is activity. Yeah. First activity was talk to customer, and the second activity for a dev sales rep. For that guy, so we have given a connect for help. So this was a time-based workflow. Look at this. They have added a time. So based on the time-dependent workflow, it has been fired this. Now let's go to our workflow and what we have defined. Let's see the workflow actions. Uh, yeah, rules and actions. Will be hmm. So I have created a task. Talk to customer. This is done. Email alert. Opportunity closure. We got the email. Field update. Also we got this. The field update is this one. Opportunity close one. Thanks for the customer. This is a field update we did it. And then outbound message, yes, all the 5 to 6 fields it is fired to some third party URL. And today it might not be present because only for half an hour or 5 trials it does, and then after the half an hour it just vanish off, and no more that request should be pending in. So what you can do is you can go to a opportunity, you can create it in a normal state, and then you need to modify to close state. That's it. So you can see all the tasks been firing here. Customer will fire, opportunity closure will fire, field update will fire, and then your outbound message also will fire. Along with that, so the moment after your cases, sorry, opportunity is getting closed, So when I say 0 hours, an opportunity closed it. No, fire an email, fired a task for the sales rep. So this is what the time dependent action I was doing there. So zero indicates at least 30 minutes of after your closed it. So this task could fire. So that's the reason we have been seeing this task. After my closure of opportunity closed one, I could see there is a task is associated, which is a time dependent action. Connect for help. Who is the task been assigned to? It is assigned to rep. And this guy has to follow up to the customer saying that, hey sir, how it is? Went well. So he has to follow up those things. So I've just given 0 hours. Ideally, you can keep it as you wish. In a business scenario, it will be like after clear, no, casing a closing a case or closing an opportunity 1 day or 2 day after you follow up for a feedback. The same thing you can assume it here also. So any questions, guys? Here. So this was for the last class for workflow. You good, right? Okay. Then quickly let's do for a approval process. So while we're just jumping to an approval process, firstly we have to understand what an approval process is in real estate. It will help for us. Mm, like, have you gone through any of the appraisal things in your org? Did someone rate you for promotions or up, no, getting for hike? Have you came across such scenarios? Yeah. So can you explain about me? What was the thing that actual thing were involved? Could be a small approval or could be very huge one on your any of the appraisal strategies. So let's say if you work for assistantly for every year they should also do a rating for you and then there should be an increment in your salary or hike or promotion. Something should be there, no? So how do things happens? So by that way, I'll just plan on a work approval process here in real time. Very good. Mhm, mhm. Okay, you're saying that, um, Kumar, you were saying, if I say what is appraisal was in your previous organization, you were saying that first you need to do a self appreciation, a form filling or self appreciation form filling. So where you note your what you have done for the year, appreciations, maybe certifications, whatever you filled with, and based on that, it will assign to a lead who may be your immediate approver, and he has to verify through you, and then the moment he approves or you go for a appraisal of hike of maybe if he's into level 1 25%, 17%, it depends on level 1 2 3, and that's how you get an appraisal, you saying, right? So very good. So here also the same way the approval process is something that, yes, it could be a term which I'm talking now onto the appraisal cycle, how it happens, or any process we are following. I need to be approved for it, then only I can proceed next. You can talk a number of approval things. So why I've taken the company oriented appraisal is, of course, first for our levels feedbacks we have to set, and only then your respective could be a manager could review your things because you are working closely with him. He can monitor you whatever you are just. reviewed by yourself, self appraisal. Is it the right point what he is talking? So you can verify on each every point. Then he will give a rating on about you. So this is one strategy where you generally see approval process will go on. So other process, if you see, if you want to join for a, on a, let's say you want to apply for a visa, even there also an approval process is required. First, a DS 140 with the application number, I don't know, I don't remember. So that applications you have to fill through and then go with the minimal approvals in your application itself. Let's say you need to have A, B, C documents already, and then you're uploading all this should be fine. Only then it generates what is the appointment things to you. Then you go to a specific center, and you've been interviewed there, and those guys have to approve you to give a visa or not. Now, based on that only you can travel. So look at this. Without an approval of those guys stamping, you cannot move ahead. If not done, you have to come back. If it is done, yes, one day you can travel. So all these are been on the chain of an approvals. The other example which I can tell is about a bank. Let's say you are applying for a 5 lakh loan, and that's all. It is processed close to the near where your eligible capability you are up to 5 lakhs. Fine. So you approved. It's self-approved. You think no need of an approval because all your documents and everything is fine and your salary slip is matching. So 5 lakhs we can give you without no any big time approval. A simple manager can go do the stuff and then done. But in case you are rewinding it from a 5 lakhs to again you want some urgency, then you asking from them to give me 8 lakhs. So at the time, no, on top of your eligibility, we have to give you 3 lakhs. That is risk factor. So at that time, the bank manager has to sign for you. Our recommendation should be that our insurance, what do you say, security people should be added. Why? Maybe because of it is more the eligibility behind the eligibility of yours. So that maybe what do you say, an additional approval would be required for that time. If you just apply within a cap, I can do not approve. If you go behind this one, then I need to have additional approval to approve your fund so that you will get loan. So for that, who could be the user? Bank branch manager could be user who will approve your loans. So an approval process you can keep it anywhere else. If you work in assistant, also the first level document verifications to join for this assistantly, you would have it. If the document verified and it has been done, okay, you are approved because document collection team or document verification team they would approve it, and then you are about to join their company. So any formality that we can get, all these are the examples of approval process. I'm saying it. Yes, of course we can have a flow chart where approval process how it follows. How do you start? In case of approved, how should the email look like? In case of rejected, how the email should look like? In case of approval, wanted to do, what are the conditions you give for certain ideas? How do you proceed to approval? And who should be my approver? So few things we need to plan it. Show you. Is any questions on ideas of approval process? What it is? Approval process flow. So these are they explain so many about in only a number of approval process there. So they will say that look at this. This is a simple one I want to talk. Mm, Anyway, I will explain, but some diagram which help you out very good. Look at this. This could be of any invoice statements which has been approved. We can come to the later point. I'll say what it is. Entry criteria. To get into an entry criteria, that is basically you have to submit an application. You have to do a self review. You have to apply for a loan. So that's a basic entry criteria. And then the moment you enter the or you submit this thing, who is the submitter? Do that submitter can modify his record or not? Let's say you are applying for a loan and for 5 lakhs. you have submitted, you are the submitter, and the moment you submit, we will not allow you to modify the record because it is went for approval. Um, who the submitter itself again keep on modifies, so it will be unable to know provide the right approval or right feedback to the guy. For example, you have been rated for yourself an appraisal for let's say 3 points you added. You have done certification, I have done this XYZ, and you have submitted for submitted your self review, and it went for the next level for approval. You think again you want to withdraw and you cannot add the fourth point. The moment you do it, it is logged. You can't edit it. So that could be use case of the client or company or customer that you have designed it. Say the submitter thereafter they should not modify anything. If required, okay, who was the approver? He should release it. You know, you should allow it for release to go for recall. So that's how a submitter can recall and he can modify his record. So that's the reason on the right side you can see final call, or do you want the record is been edited, or do you want it to modify something? Because submitter once is done. Okay. Mm, initial submission field update. Okay, let's say the moment we can have a few status in a particular object saying that the moment you submit, I say record is submitted. The moment someone approves, someone says, I go to the channel pick list value, I just modify, it has been approved, it has been rejected. All I can have in a pick list, I can go keep editing or field updating that particular record and again based on the situations we had. I mean, but I know at the very beginning for an approved state, I can say that it is submitted. Someone is approved, I say the pick list to be approved, or I can mark it as rejected. I should have a pick list called rejected and I can update those things. So what I'm trying to say is you have entry criteria. It has been, let's say it's kick-started the process, and then at a submitter level, do I wanted to send you some email to you? I will take care about that, and we should have a checkbox to say that should I modify it by submitter or no. So that checkbox you deal with, and then it processes next level. At next level, you would have chosen already who should be my approver. So he will receive a notification. Like what type of notification you can send? You can set an email for him also, or basic notification like bell icon we have here. He would receive it. Would receive it, or the moment he logs in, so he can see that in a home screen, hey, there's an approval pending for you. So based on that, he'll click and then he'll give some comments to that, and he will approve it, or he may reject it. Whatever the comments is giving, that would reflect in your approval comments. Any questions so far? Okay, perfect. Let's jump into the application and see, and then we have to create a couple of could be templates. All that we'll deal with. One second. So I'm clicking approval process. So the thing what happens is in approval process there are two types of approval process. One we say is jumpstart, another one we say standard process. So there are nothing much difference there. What I feel. Yeah. Okay, look at here. First thing is we have to have a approval process checklist. So what do you mean by checklist? Yes, who should be my approver, or who should be the submitter, and what is the conditions? All the checklists if you have, then it will be very very good enough. So the checklist is very important. I will copy the checklist links. So prepare a create an approval process. So in this you would see a lot of things like which email template that you want to use for approval process request. Do you want it to post anything on the chatters so that the people would remain for the approval request? Who should be a sender or approval request? Who can approve the approver's request? Who should be said manager? So do the one manager is there. Okay, let's say if he's going on leave, you have submitted for approval feedback for your cycle, and then your respective manager is not in the town, and then someone should be there called as delegate approval, where he cannot do any modification to your record, but he can either approve or reject. That's the maximum you can do. Basically, he's just replacing your manager in terms of just to approve or not, but he will not go content modify, cannot do to that level authority will not have. So delegate approval you can have. Which record should be included in the process? That's the initial criteria where we talk. um, I can have a condition that hey, only these are the records should be eligible for approval. So I can talk that. So what happens if the record is submitted? What should next the process thing? Can approval request from a mobile device? Of course, if the approval box section has been added to your mobile device section, then of course you can see there. Who can edit the records for awaiting approvals? If they have this modify all permissions, and they can modify the submitter's records, or else they cannot modify. It will be in a record locked state. Only the approver can modify the record since he has become the what is saying. You see, you are seeking an approval for him, so he would modify your record. That's the level of permissions you'll get the moment you do an approval for him. Can records be automatically approved, rejected, skipped? Based on the entry criteria, whatever we can do, we can approve it automatically. So let's say for example, which is said, hey, you are applying for a 5 lakhs. Of course, for 5 lakhs, I have a eligibility, sell, slave, everything. So I need not to be worried about will it go for approval or not. Of course, it is a default approval because of my salary, which I can expect that at least 5 lakhs, I am a minimum cap. So at that time may not required. Maybe if I am just extending more than what I expect, then of course a branch manager has to do an approval for it. So we can set an approval. In appraisal also you think that 1 or 2 points you add, submit, yes. If you are adding 5 points, I should verify you where this guy is having 5 points. Okay, let's check. So we can check onto each and every points where you're doing it. Your management can see it. So when I say automatic approve, where minimal things would be there. When you want to do an approval state, you can have maybe we have to someone to verify. That's the reason approval required. How many people have to approve this request? It depends. How many layers you can have? You can have a number of layers. Let's say level 1, he approved, goes to level 2, he approved, level 3, he approved, and then finally you'll get it. You can have how many levels of approvals you can have. It's not just the submitted, only my manager gives, I got the hike. No. Could be your first level is your lead, then your manager, then your senior manager, then your delivery manager, then your HR manager. All if they do, and only then you get a hike. Could be some state, who knows. So we can have as many layers or no of the approval request also can have. So what happens when approved, reject or approved or rejected? What you can do? You can notify to the people saying that this record is approved or failed or sorry rejected by your approver. So in that case, how many times you can do an action? Up to 40 times in actions you can do. Like again is submitting, so they're rejecting. Again is submitting, they're rejecting. Like this, 40 actions you can do maximum this thing. Up to 40 actions you can configure, like which necessary steps either approve or rejected, you can have it. Look at this. Salesforce can perform up to 10 instances of each following types of actions, up to 40 actions in total we can have. To get an approval, we can have up to 40 actions, and each actions can be performed 10 actions. 10 times means approved, approved, approved for 10 times you click. So that's the maximum you can do. Or rejected 10 times you can do. So how do we do with the individual everything? They have all listed here. So anytime you are free, you just go to this checklist link. Very important to understand. This is a one-time read that would enough be enough. Okay, what is approval process? Because in your interview, they ask you questions. Can you have a multiple approvers? Yeah, one approver I can have. Then I can have a delegate approver. That's it. Because I cannot have, but I can have layers of or layers level of approvers. My manager first, and he approve. Then it goes to another manager. That we can have. Approver at one go only. I can have multiple approvers. No, you are not there. Then your delegate approval take care. And then some of the question if they ask like, um, in what state I'll be able to update my own record. I'm just the submitter who submitted. Can I do a recall? Yes, of course you can do a recall. That permissions has to be given at the very beginning. Only then it works. So I'll show you that while creating an approval process, we say that to a submitter, do you want to allow them to recall? Yes or no? Checkbox is there. If that is done, configured, so you can modify also. No. Okay. Yes, do you remember again one of the things where we have hierarchical relationship? Sometime back while we're dealing with um, hierarchical relationship, what did I do is I went to your user object. I went to your user object and I created a lookup to user. So where the lookup relationship is called as hierarchical relationship, um, where your user is pointing to another user. So basically, when I try to create a user, you would say that who is my counselor. So you'd be immediate users, right? So that type of hierarchical relationship also we can bring it to the approval process. Okay, sitting. While I try to create a user, you are a user. Who is your buddy or who is your counselor to track? So there was a lookup field. You can fill the values of your manager. For a rep, I created this admin is the counselor. So that way, even that hierarchical relationship also we can bring in the approval process. That's what they're saying it. So I'll show that field. Maybe if it is required in a future state, can you see that user object? I jumped here. Look at this. On the day counselor field I created. So what did you do? Counsel is a type of lookup field is related to the same. It's like a self lookup relationship only, but these guys will tell hierarchical relationship on user object. Otherwise, you just created this. Where is exactly as you see? Just go to user section. Click on users. Okay, let me see dev sales rep. Look at this. For a counselor, I mark this an admin. So that means what? For this user, who is my? I can assume that he's my manager or he's my counselor. Anything. Even these guys I can consider for a lookup relation. Sorry, for approval process because you are associating this user to him, right? So he can also be an approver. Maybe he can also be a delegate approver for you. If someone goes off, also your counselor will be there at least to give some approves to you offline. Look at this additional information. We have this user. Okay, otherwise everywhere we're good. So we may end up writing a couple of templates. I'll just also open there. Okay, let's quickly come to the approval process. We know how to read this checklist. You got to know create customer hierarchical relationship. This also we have know how it works and templates that yes of course it's required because you say that approve or rejected, right? So we will quickly create the templates also. But prior to that, so these are the few key steps that we have to perform for approval process. Because the moment you say submitted, what should I say? How do I say that you are submitted? Thanks for submitting your application. I need to send an email. Okay, now it is submitted for approval. Now approver is dealing with it. Now approver has to get a notification saying that did I get something? So each and everything we need to have a process. Either a task or email should be associated. So that's the reason this guy is saying create some templates so it will be easy for you. Hmm. And then we have two types of things where we call jumpstart or a standard visit. So what is this? Jumpstart is something that in one page we have all the configuration. Let's say who should be approved, what. In a one quick glance, we have all the configuration. We can do it quickly and then we can finish the steps. Standard wizard is the same one page. They have been split in multiple pages and they've asked you to do the stuff, which is like both are, I feel both are like not much big difference, but are same. Add approval list related list to the page layouts. If you are saying that you are approving it, so you are approving things should be visible to all the guys, like in what state it is. If you have a related list, then it will be easy for us to track what is happening. This is how it is related list. If you go to detail section, in the related you see products, right? Notes, contact roles, partners, stage history, codes. So if you have approval process isn't a related list, then it will be easy for you to track seeing on the right side where this record is into. Okay. So now let's define. I'll just start with the jump start, then you guys will understand. I want to choose an opportunity only because I will say if the record is closed one and if the amount is this much, and then I need to give something to you because you have done a dealing of $10,000 to the client. I would give some additional benefits to them. So while giving benefits, I need to get an approval for a minimum of five. So less than $10,000, I would not care. If it is more than $10,000, yes, of course, I would send some a gift hampers or whatever. Yes, of course. So if you buy a term insurance or any insurance which is like they kept, we would give something to you. Like let's say you buy a car which is like high-end model. So because of buying an high-end model, they will give a little more advantages or benefits to you. So like that you think. So the term insurance, highest level of investments of term insurance, you're buying it. So they're giving some benefits to you. Guys, am I audible? Hello. I think it's because of 45 minutes. I don't know. Let me share my screen. Yeah, I was in a screen of this. I was saying that opportunity one gift, which is my name of the opportunity, and so why I say is because opportunity when you win and their amount you're not seeing. I've shared. Not able to see. Let me stop and again share. Okay, let me know once you're able to see my screen. Oh my god. Let me switch to different network. So let me know if you're able to see the screen again. Still not. Record. Okay. So look at this is what I was talking about. You just what it is. You went on to the approval process. You clicked on approval process. You chose opportunities and object I want, and you have chosen which type of a wizard you have chosen. Like say Jumpstart wizard or a standard wizard. Either in any is fine. I've chosen Jumpstart wizard, and the first thing they're asking is approval assignment email template. So that the moment when I try to click submit for an approval who is an approver should he resign, receive some email notification and what type of template that he has. If that give, that will be helpful because as I'm being an approver, I don't know who is my someone submitted. How do I get a notification? An email should I get? Approver should get an email. That will be helpful. And add the submitted for approval button and approval history related list to the option layouts. Of course, we need to add this, right? Because the moment I say click on approval, where is my history? Who submitted what? And is it in approved or rejected? We don't know. So, by clicking this, they're adding to our related list. So, this is what I was showing that time to you. Where if you see an opportunity in the related list, you have products and other objects, but don't have an approval here. Let's say this record is going for an approval. At that time, it will be see. Let's say you have submit for approval here as a button. So the moment I click on, if I have a related list, I will show you history what has been doing there. Yes, this guy is submitted. Now who has to approve it? So like that it is. Okay, now let's say this is closed one. My condition is closed one, and let's say my amount is greater than $9,000. I would be submitting for an approval thing. Let's say we are submitting for auto approval. We'll do that state. Hey, you are sometimes yes we can have a condition where saying that post to submit, post to submit. I will go for a approval state, or I can choose immediate submitters. Maybe more than $9,000 you are, so you are eligible for the gift hampers. So what is the minimum criteria amount is 9,000, and the state should be closed one. So that is what I wanted to define here. Um, what is the criteria that we have? Opportunity amount. Summary, so opportunity amount greater or equal to $9,000. An opportunity stage should be closed one for sure. Only thing you are eligible for gift hamper. And let's submit the submitter choose approver or manually. Mhm. So you are automatically submitting and it should go to a designated approver. I cannot choose manually by that time. So if you are submitting for an appraisal, you are filling the form and you have to rightly choose who is your manager. That is a manual process. I know who is my manager because I know while beginning I joined the company, they fill my counselor details, all the details filled in. Then I need to just simply submit. I know whom I am reporting to, so it will directly go to him. It depends. So either the submitter should choose manual or it is an automatic process. Depends on the process. I'm saying automatically assigned to the approvers. So then who should be your approver? Look at this. Automatically assign an approver using a standard or custom hierarchy. In the custom hierarchy, I have a counselor. This is what recently which I created. Either if you want to go something the custom field which I created called hierarchy, you can choose a counselor, or I will always choose my assignee who is my. This is automatically whoever submit this guy as a basic record will go to him only. That also we can choose, and we can have add many rows to the users when people are wanted to give an assignments of an approvers. Now, approvers are approve or reject based on the first response. Requires anonymous approvals from selected approvers. So once you are approved record, you cannot keep again approving doing its stuff. So it's not a good case. Mm, anyway, this guy is the only user we have, so automatically I'm choosing to him. So what did I do? Again, I'll recall. We'll come back after this step. See, they're asking you create additional steps where the records requires more than one level of approval. Create initial submission workflow action. The moment you submit, what the action should fire, and then add final approval workflow state. The moment you approve, what should be the case should be fired. If something rejected, what should happen? If you want to recall, that means you wanted to modify something, you can recall. Then what the action should be performed. So these are the approval process stages. That's getting. So I just fill the approval process name, opportunity closement, and it's yet to be active. And I mentioned the criteria as greater than 9,000 ER, good, and we should be closed one. So both of these condition matches only then I allow you to modify the record. So I allow you to submit the record. This is entry criteria. And record eligibility, look at this, only admin only. So then no one can modify the record. Still it will be in the lock state. Allow submitters to recall the approval process. This is what I was saying. If the submitter is been checked recall, he can recall anytime. He submitted for approval. Oh my god, something went wrong. Let me modify the value and then send it again. So he has an option to modify the values of whatever he has submitted. But if it's not checked, the once is submitted, done. So it goes to approval. He has to do modify things. Who would be the initial submitters? Whoever is the owner of the approvers of the opportunity, he would be the approver. Sorry, submitters. Any questions? So now what we have to do is we have to choose initial submission. When I do, what should I do? Approval steps, is it one level is fine? Okay. When happens at the final approval, what should be the case? When we do reject, what you should do? If you want to recall, you can do what actions again you can do. So the majority of actions, all you can see is workflows actions only. Task, email, alert, field, update, outbound message. Is there any questions here? All right. So let me do one thing. So quickly. So let me choose an actions. Before that, probably I wanted to have some templates be ready. Then it'll be easy for me. So let me quickly create few templates. HTML template, Opti submitter, submitter email. Just the basic emails let's have. No, not big deal. Submitter email notification. So who should be my opportunity? So owner of the opportunity only, owner full name. Who submits? They are the submitter. So dear opportunity owner full name. Thanks for submitting the Opti mail. Will push to. Okay. So next. Now the same way I'll just try to do quickly for approve and reject. So please submitter Opti approver. your opportunity, dear owner, dear your congrats, you have won the gift. Okay, save. So it is approved. Email notification it is. The last one is great for rejection. Quickly clone. Um, that is not approved. Opportunity approved. It should be approved. No, opportunity rejected. We are convenience. Okay, all the templates are ready. So let's quickly jump here. So initial submission actions we have here, and so what I want to do is, and at an opportunity level, um, I want to get to an object manager. I would go to opportunity object, and here in the fields and relationship, I would try to create a new field. Basically, that field will say me opportunity submitted, rejected, approved. All these fields I wanted to update. I will just create a new pick list because I want to keep update the Field updates. I want to do a field updates. So here I say submitted, mm, approved, rejected. So these three things I can have. You can put as on hold, so you can get as many status that you want. I'm just saying that approve status. Okay, I would say the process status. Is it in submitted or approved or rejected? So let me say next. Let this be visible for everyone and say next. Add to all the layout. Yes. So guys, I'm just creating an opportunity, one field called status of a process status. So that will illustrate as like in what state you are into. And I've prepared with the templates. So as per the rules, what they did is you have some rules and regulation. Okay, we have done with the entry criteria what should be done, and we have templates that is also ready. While doing a template, who should be submitted or this all the templates we have been created. And one field I'm creating is for to do a field activity whenever the changes something by approved or rejected. I want to keep updated that particular field so that you may sometime go see your related list or you can simply see the stage of that particular status is more than enough. Mm, so now, so this configuration is all basic, And now let's start with initial submission. Of course, let it be initial submission, let it be logged. We don't care. I wanted to have, see, you can choose the existing actions also. But if something that matches, you can choose. I think so far we don't have any existing action to match that. So what I do is I wanted to create an email alert, say for initial submitter, because submitter should know that yes, I have submitted the form. So initial submitter, in opportunity submitter would be an email who would been firing here, and who's the recipient? Opportunity owner should be the recipient because he is the guy who's submitting the form. So he should be the owner of this. Whoever is owning the opportunity and they're submitting it, it's their take, they are submitted. They only should receive an email. Additional email not required. So I think I would log in as a dev sales rep. So if I'm logging as a dev sales rep, it is I think Kumar's account. So he would get an email. What about others? So, so I'll make it everyone will get it. Okay. So two of you will get it. So let me mark myself. I'll get it. Save. So initial submitter is ready. The moment he submit the records, so he will have an email for sure. Um, and I want to add one more thing is field update. I want to do. I don't want any other things. Creating a task is all the same stuff. What to do? You will assign to a user and they will follow up. All these are fine. Field update. So we can call it as initial field. Which field you wanted to update? I wanted to update the process status. To what? I want to update the process status to specific one is submitted. Guys, getting? So at initial stage, you submit, I send an email, and I also update my opportunity status to it is just submitted state. That's all I'll do. So now let's go. Uh, so who's my approver next is? He's our approver. He would do an approve. So approval steps indicates here is approval steps indicates is this is the approver level one. This is the approver level one. So tomorrow if you want to have, let's say this is manager one. What is approval actions? What is his rejection action? Again manager, senior manager two. Then again step number one we have no, like the next is step number two. So his approval and his rejection. Step number three, his approval and rejection. That means you can have as many levels of approval each at each stage. My manager, he is approved and rejected. He approved. Next, go to a next level. Who is he is approved and is if he is approved again. If it goes to your delivery manager, so one more level of step three. So this each box here indicates step. Each box one indicates. So this is my first manager, and the second box indicates another manager. It could be another he is manager. So like that, as many levels you can have. So those are called approval steps. But ideally, we have only one step. I would not configure here. I would directly configure into the final approval actions. Why? Because so doing here again, doing here is all the same because only one approver I will have. If I have a chain of approvers, then I have to do all the stuff for each and every guys. I have to do a configuration. And who is the signed approver? Here it could be the manager name, and next could be his manager name, and another next could be his manager name. So assigned approver can be multiple here. Just getting. So what I do is I don't worry about these approval steps because I know it is only one there. So initial submitter, and I'll come to the final approval actions directly. In the final approval actions, what I do is um, approved. Let's say this is approved, and we're going to choose the template. Personally approved it should be readily. To whom you are firing this? I would fire to a owner of that record. Getting? Who is the owner? The guy who submitted to him only. I'm saying, "Hey boss, you are approved." And otherwise, a simple. No, no, no. The record who created is the owner. So what I'll do is I'll ask uh, Kumar to log in now, and he will share the screen. He will create a right opportunity quickly, and what he does is he will do a close the opportunity, and then what happens is instantly if his amount is more than 9,000, so all this activity will happen, and he will try to do a submit activity. So then we'll see this thing. All right, we're good with approval, and then rejection. One more we learn. Hey, at an approval state, I need to have also field update. So approval process update to approved save. And for rejection, I'll finally configure this. Add new email alert reject. So we're good that way. We have initial submission messages, approval actions, final rejection, everything we have. I think we can activate this. So then now the process is active. So I'll show a sample example of my opportunity which I have. Then I can check in real terms. So what is our entry criteria would be 9,000 above. So my opportunity is, look at this, approval history has been added because I've checked the checkbox there. So approval history has been added here. Getting? So let me come here and I do a submit for approval. Then I say um, opti value is 9K above. So you're submitting for approval. So then at the submitter level, you can see history. Step one, first thing is what approval request submitted. Who is submitted? Assigned. So basically, I'm the owner of this record. So and I'm also the approver. So that's the reason it's been getting two names here. So I have submitted because I'm the owner of this. So it said my name here, submitter, and assigned to whom is approver. You got it here. Look at this notification I got. So this opportunity name owner batch is being given for an approval request. So now it is assigned to me with a pending thing. Now what I do is I just click on this view all. So here's the comment that is given as an opti value is 900. So now what I have to do is I can go choose this record. I can say approve or rejected. Getting? And I'll just quickly see this opportunity. Is it any of the status got updated? Let me check that. So what is the process status? Look at this process status submitted. So now I myself, if I wanted to approve it, I need to give comments. Valid and approved. So you have given the comments also here. And if you come back to um, the opportunity, you see in your little list, it would be in approval list. It shows step one guy who is your manager. He approved it. Comments also has given. So now come to detail section. Look at this status is approved because email I fired and I'm doing the field update instantly whenever I do an action. So I was one of the opportunities, so it sent me approval request for the opportunities approved. Hey, I'm Manath and so. A message I would have been got. I was a submitter, so submitter notification I got. Thanks for submitting the opportunity to the next level. Okay, and I was the so this is the approval request. Sales was sent to me. Approved email notification finally I got saying that congrats, you won this because you have the amount of is more than this. So all be good. What I'll do is so Kumar, can you log into your system now? We'll just do a trial quick run. So log in Salesforce, you do it, and You have the org right for a rep credentials. This one. For Naresh, if you don't remember, this is the user and credentials we have. Um, so two users randomly we created at the very beginning. One is for a manager, it is deactivated as of now. Sales rep we have, and this is for record. So we, yeah, you can just log in. Yeah. So anyone can log in. Rep at ibb.com. Salesforce one is the password. S is small. Yeah, yeah, we can see. This is the previous notification. Connect for help others. Um, no, no. Which we, I mean, if from this org, two credentials we have created. One is manager, one is rep. So via through that he's logging in. It's not his personal log. From this org, two users which we created, that he's logging in. Okay. So Kumar, what you can do is you can go to an opportunity and you have to create a new opportunity. That is the case. Under who? Under you have to create account under the Amarnath account. Amarnath, you see whether you get it. Now do one thing. Cancel this. Go to meeting land in 5 minutes. Um, can you click on accounts? Can you click on accounts? All accounts. Yeah, click on Amarnath. Now try to create a new opportunity under this. Scroll down. So give some 10,000 as an amount and close date is maybe today. You can give some random opportunity. So rating you can give it as anything as of now. Once you get opportunity, we'll just go close the opportunity. I think yeah, yeah, anything is fine now. Close, save it. So since now opportunity has been created by you, and so this is good enough. 10,000 you have. Can you go and close this opportunity? Close state one. Guys, if the connection meeting is getting cancelled, please rejoin again. 10 minutes work we have. Edit this opportunity and make rest stages closed one. Yeah, closed one. Save it. Yeah, so a couple of emails would trigger for him, and other activity will be keep going on. I'm just saying thanks for closure. We look forward to work with you. Now this is fine. So we have sent an email to him, and now we have to go for a submission. So can you click on the opportunity and then click for approve, submit for approval? Mhm. This guy talks price on the license wise. So yeah, you can yeah you can have for 5 users, 10 users also you can have. No, no, not like that. It depends on the user size which you take, and then for data size you can opt for it. So let's say 5 people in the company. Per license they give $250 per month. So then for 5 people it'll be if they charge. I'm just giving a rough sketch. Could be if you are using a SaaS directly you are launching onto the Sales Cloud and you are expecting this application all to work and go. Maybe $250 would be the amount. 5 users, okay, take $1,500 per month, something like that. If it is a non-profit organization, it's not 250, then it will be maybe 100 or something, very less. It depends on what type of an application that you're gonna build it. So it is something like restaurant. Okay, so I will now give a sketch of what it is. Is it a best or not? These guys are big for an enterprise level, and you can't spend, for a year 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs for this application. Unless and until your business is earning in a minute of lakhs, then it would not matter. Yeah, of course you can develop it here, but this license and other stuffs are very huge because this looks like an enterprise, and then it will be pretty. See, for restaurant and all, you see, is it audible? Hello, guys, am I audible? Kumar, I should give you access. Kumar, can you share his. Kumar has to share. Yeah, he's sharing. So while talking to your content, it depends. Restaurant. If you see that public people have to log into a system, then it is a. Mhm. See, in I think what you can do is you can all have your ideas and put into a dev first. Get the thought and work in dev. For a dev, at least 5 MB of data you can have. So minimum of orders for a week you can maintain, and then you can export into Excel and you can keep it. Anytime you wanted to have, you can data to for a week or a month you can easily maintain. If you feel that it is all good and then you're getting a couple of orders, then you can extend the system. What I'm trying to say is you try to build this idea in your system, dev, which is ideally you're also learning Salesforce and then you're also configuring stuff for your org. And then if orders all menus are there, then it's good enough. I think 5 MB of data is cool to maintain for at least for a month. 1,000 records, 2,000 records is easily can maintain. Yeah, yeah, easily you can maintain. I'm saying. Then after that, if you require, then you have to export the records and then you can import the new one. So those are transactions already done. You need not to worry about. Okay, that particular month transaction over, you can close the deal and start with the new. So like that, you can keep going on. No, no, that is completely it will be new. See, DevOrg is like your playground. You're playing with it. Once you buy for an edition, that time you have to. It will be they will give a fresh org to you. This guys provides the domain names also if you wish. But what I'm trying to say is this all would be little costlier than the I know normal things. So rather you could go build an Angular website and then have a website hosting either in Azure or maybe GoDaddy. So those guys will be little cheaper than all of this. That would end up in 1 or 2 lakhs for a yearly wise overall with the development cost. But these guys would be too much. Mhm, mhm. But you can implement that here. This is all for enterprise editions. Okay. So Kumar, did you submit for this thing? Closed one. Can you do a submit for approval? Now you're doing manual submit for approval. I'll do an automated way also. That for that we need to have a process builder. So that's an no. Click this record. Open on the right side on the top. There's a drop down small arrow. Yeah, submit for approval. So you say that I'm eligible for some whatever submit or whatever. Any text you can give randomly. Then if you show your email ID, so we would have received an email saying that submit email notification. So dear your name, thanks for submitting the opti. We will push to next level to the approval. So look at this. You are an opportunity owner, so that's the reason you got all this. Getting? So now it would have come to me for an approval state. So where I will see a notification from my end. See, look at this. Dev sales rep is requesting approval for opportunity. Yeah, yeah, I'll share now. I just went to the notification I saw. Dev sales rep requesting for approval. I clicked on this record. I landed here. It says Amar Textiles is the one who opportunity created. Submitter comments, submitting for approval. So whatever the comments you give, even that will be shown on the right side. And who is the submitter when it's submitted, who is actual approver, who is assigned to, all that we have. So now the state is in pending state. It has been waiting for me. And if I just go to this opportunity now, if I check, it will be since submitted state. So before approving it, I just wanted to once visit my opportunity. Is it all meeting the criteria? Of course, it is meeting with the numbers and the condition, but still, again, I want to look into the state. Okay, submitted. Other few information I just keep verified, and then I come back to my here, and then I say approve. So the moment I do an approved, it is got here, and I think Kumar should have received an email with stating as approved. This got approved, and you also would have received named this email as an approved email. Hmm. So till now, our record is creating, and he's just going clicking and then manually submitting for approval. So we should eradicate this, and then we should make it as an automated way because his amount and his criteria is matching already. So via through process builder, tomorrow we'll see how to make this automatic. Till now it is manual, and still conditions are all working pretty fine. Everything is good. On the save of the update of the record itself, it should change it to submit for approval. This should be done. So you should not need to go manually submit it. Is getting? So let's look for that. We can submit for approval, but we cannot auto approve it at current state. Maybe in the process builder we can achieve those things. Any questions, guys? So that way, I think we have gone with what is the approval process. Wizard, see, standard and jumpstart, with wizard, we would not see much differences. So what do you say in jumpstart, in one quick page we have all this stuff. I'll show you. In a standard wizard, when I choose, so they ask you process name, unique name. Let's say ABC. Say next. They ask in the criteria in the next section. So criteria specify, then you move to next. Then you submit the choose the approval. After choosing, you go next. What should be template of an approval? Then you choose, you go next. And who should be the target of owners of that particular field? Then you choose and you say next. Finally, who should be your submitter? You choose and say next. So this all they give in next page. So rather in a jumpstart, what happens is look at this name, criteria, select the approval, done. Just getting. So they don't specify that each and every screen should be different. All they're getting into one page and then they're making the work easy. So that's as I created jumpstart. So after the creating of a stand or a jumpstart, you will fall under the same page where to the same UI. No change. You come from jumpstart or you come from standard, don't care. So we do the same to you. You can now edit any of these ID things. Approval page, initial submitters, fields, enter criteria, anything you want to change, yes, you can do it. All are same. Initial submission, approval steps, no any change in this. Just the flow, you wanted to go one by one, or in one go you want to fill all. So that's the two difference you have. Okay, so I think we are good here. We'll connect tomorrow for the process builder. So why I'm taking a little less time is because this, sorry, more deeper into this subject is because These are the automation flow, workflows, approval process, and process builders. These are the actual process flows. Maybe all the cases you would not be using in your real-time project, but these three things would be there at least for sure. If approval process is not there, process builder for sure would be there. And if the process builder is something that they may use or may not use, for sure workflows would be there. So these are very important conditions of every project will have this. At least one. And understanding the interview perspective also is important to give an admin certification also. This is very important. For sure, 10% or 15% of weightage we have for a workflow approval process and process builder because it's purely an admin concept. Okay, anyway, good guys. So we'll see you on to the process builder tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, thank you all. Yeah, thank you.